record, actually. Just want to remind people about behavioral stuff. Please be sensitive to people's work today. Art comes from the heart. Watch what you say or do around people's artwork. It's really imperative that we show respect to folks' artwork. It comes from the soul. So good. We're good to go. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Art with Liz here at the Hoboken Library. Much thanks go to the library for allowing us to have these wonderful hybrid classes, which began way back in the time of COVID, and they continue to this day. So welcome to those of you who are here in person and those of you who are joining us on YouTube and Zoom. We are in the month of April here on the eastern seaboard of the United States, and we are looking at and thinking about artists who have either been influenced by poetry or who have been influenced by poetry in their own work, because it is National Poetry Month here in the United States of America. And today we're going to revisit an oldie but goodie, an artist who probably is the second most famous artist in the canon of Western European arts. We will look at a slideshow of his work, and then I have some art projects that you can do that I hope will be inspired by what we look at and discuss at the beginning of class. So the artist for today is Vincent van Gogh. And I have a poem that is directly inspired by Van Gogh's painting called Starry Night, which is a painting that we are all very, very familiar with. We've looked at it not once, but probably at least two other times before in this class, but it definitely fits with our theme for this month of April. We're going to start, as always, with a slideshow about Van Gogh's work, and we'll briefly talk about his life, but we're going to mainly focus on the Starry Night painting today. What do you all know about Van Gogh? Anybody want to shout out information that you have about him? I know many people in this class have been to the Van Gogh Museum. Everybody's too sleepy. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Has it inspired you to do your own work? Maybe in any way? What kind of a painter was he? Maybe you would want to share. Anybody at home want to share something you know about Van Gogh or Van Gogh? Is the Dutch pronunciation? Go ahead.
Years ago, they had an immersive exhibit, and the Starry Night was there. I do love Starry Night, but what really stuck out to me was
you're more attracted to the sunflowers than to the Starry Night painting. Okay, the Starry Night painting does actually live here in New York City at the Museum of Modern Art. We can visit it whenever we want, and there are a bunch of sunflower paintings, I believe, at the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City that you can see as well. So I'm glad you've taken the opportunity to see his work, excuse me, in New York. I'm not going to talk a whole lot about his life today because we have talked about it in this class in the past. We're going to focus mainly on looking at his work today. However, he was born March 1853, and he was a Dutch post-impressionist painter. He came after the Impressionist movement, and he really did not gain any notoriety until after his death. In fact, not one single painting was sold during his lifetime, unfortunately. He died quite poor, and his brother Theo tried throughout both their lives to sell his work without any success. And it's interesting because after his death, he became one of the most influential figures in the history of Western art. He created about 2,100 artworks in his lifetime, which means he must have been painting continuously, painting and drawing continuously in his life. There were about 860 oil paintings, and most of them date from the last 2 years of his life. So that's an extraordinary output. He was prolific and he painted pretty quickly. His paintings were done in a short period of time. The paintings include landscapes, still lifes, portraits, and self-portraits, and they are characterized by these bold, dramatic colors and impulsive, expressive brushwork. And this is the basis of American modern art as we know it, or modern art throughout the world as we know it. This kind of very fast, thick paint brushwork. He unfortunately committed suicide at 37. He was a very depressed person, and he struggled with depression throughout his entire life. And it ended tragically at a very young age. But texture and color are what he's most famous for in his compositions. Let's keep looking at his work and these very dark outlines. This is a picture painting of his room in Arles, where he lived near the end of his life. Look at how much information I have on Van Gogh. So there is a lot to look through and explore on this man's life. A lot. He came from an upper middle class family. He drew as a child. He was very serious, quiet, and thoughtful, and probably unhappy starting at a very young age. He used colors that were out of the ordinary in his work. He was very drawn to bright, deep color. One of his famous self-portraits, if you are lucky enough to go to the Van Gogh Museum outside of Amsterdam, you will see a lot of his self-portraits, and they are so amazing, very moving. Notice the background in this painting, though. This kind of heavy, thick, fast brushwork is what he is most famous for. and certainly the expression in the face, the deep emotional feeling that he conveys in his work is part of what he's famous for. This vivid color in his work. And this sensibility he gained from the Impressionists. He lived in Paris for some time, where he worked with people like Émile Bernard and Paul Gauguin, who were Impressionist painters. And he was heavily influenced by them, particularly in the area of color. Another sunflower. Another self-portrait. This is one of my favorites of his self-portraits. He did many landscapes, so this seascape is one of those. Another self-portrait, quite different from the others. I believe this is an earlier work than the other two we've looked at. Sorry, everyone, for the hoarseness of my voice. This is allergy season. One of his paintings of irises. He did several of these. Anyone who wants to talk about what these images do for them, feel free. Oh, thank you, Diane. It's very sweet of you. This one is very reminiscent of Manet and Monet, the great French impressionist whom he admired greatly. Not as much texture in this one, probably an earlier work. And here we go with the Starry Night. So, the Starry Night was painted June 1889, and it is a view from the east-facing window of his asylum room. So he was admitted to a mental hospital at Saint-Rémy de Provence because near the end of his life, he was suffering deeply from his mental illness. And this was the view he saw from that window at Saint-Rémy. It is in the permanent collection of the Museum of Modern Art, as I mentioned earlier. And it is widely regarded as Van Gogh's magnum opus, his greatest work. In the aftermath of a breakdown on December 23rd, 1889, he self-mutilated a small part of his left ear, and he voluntarily admitted himself to the Saint Paul de Moselle Lunatic Asylum on May 8th, 1889, which was in a former monastery, and it catered to the wealthy. It was less than half full when Van Gogh arrived, and that allowed him to occupy not only a second-story bedroom, but also a ground floor room for use as a painting studio. And during the year that he stayed at the asylum in Saint-Rémy de Provence, that's when he did the most prolific output of his paintings. And this was in Arles, a part of France that he loved because there was so much color and vibrancy in the fields around the city of Arles. He produced some of his best-known works during this period, including the irises. So I'm wrong, that painting was not an early work, from May 1889, and the blue self-portrait from September 1889, and this painting, The Starry Night, around June 18th, and that was the date he wrote to his brother Theo to say he had a new study of a starry sky. Although The Starry Night was painted during the day in Van Gogh's ground floor studio, it would be inaccurate to state that the picture was painted from memory. The view has been identified as the one from his bedroom window facing east. And that's a view which Van Gogh painted variations of no fewer than 21 times. So here's another artist who's never satisfied with what he creates. He keeps doing the same image over and over and over again to try and get it perfect.
But it could be because he had a mental issue.
It could be.
He just
It could. It could also be because of his mental illness that he needed to keep repeating. It could have been an OCD affliction, but when you look at the entire body of Van Gogh's work, I believe part of it was a desire on his part for perfection. And I think it's worth thinking about and trying to figure out. I think there are many art historians who've been trying to figure this out for a long time. So I think there's probably a bit of truth in both of those ideas, or a lot of truth in both of those ideas. I think his desire to repeat the same image is part of his illness, as well as a desire for perfection. And I also believe that the desire for complete perfection could be a manifestation of mental illness for sure. So Heather, I agree and also disagree with your thought. So he wrote to his brother, quote, "Through the iron-barred window, I can see an enclosed square of wheat, above which in the morning I watched the sunrise in all its glory." He depicted the view at different times of the day and under various weather conditions, such as the sunrise, moonrise, sunshine-filled days, overcast days, windy days, and one day with rain. While the hospital staff did not allow Van Gogh to paint in his bedroom, he was able there to make sketches in ink or charcoal on paper, and then I guess he would go down to his studio to actually do the painted work. And I would add, Heather, not to belabor this point, but also Manet would repeat and paint over and over again the same image. Monet, and yes, you are correct. Monet would repeat the same image over and over again at different times of day so that he could capture the same image under different light conditions. So I think at that time during Impressionism, that was also something that artists were trying to do. All right. So here comes the poem based or inspired by The Starry Night. And then I'm going to give you your assignment for today so that you can create your own artwork. And you can choose to follow my assignment or you can create your own. But let's hear the poem. It is called Al Whidbey, and it is written by a poet named Reed Tertiary. And I am not the best reader of poetry, but here we go. Deltaic deposits deepen hues, not green, but that green, not blue, but that blue. In the small museum, a masterpiece of starry sky is orbited on loan. Semicircled field trip kiddos respond in chorus, wheeze. C. Raised brushstroke swirl, C. Constellations reflected in lamp-like geometry. Midday, mid-June, we trek to find the spot, that river view, that bend in bank. Too hot, we stumble back to shade gelatos. A month and continent away, your father, a painter, steps to my side as we admire a row of lavender, and someone, en plein air, complains the scene is mise composed. A power line cuts through, your father smiles and gestures out. Art isn't for capturing what's there. All right. I love the exchange of ideas we had this morning. Any last thoughts or comments on this painting or any other Van Gogh painting?
Contain the letters that he wrote to his brother. And in many of those letters, he discusses the choices he makes, the colors he chooses.
Yes.
He talks in great detail about his hundreds of letters that he's, and of course, the relationship between the brothers is quite simple to experience. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful relationship. It's tormented, but completely. But
yes, his relationship with his brother was very, very, very close. The Van Gogh Museum in Amsterdam has. Yes. Yes. And so much has been written about this man. Huge amounts. All right. Okay, we will do this. I'm sure we do. All right, any folks at home want to share? I'm going to put the name of the poet in the chat box. And then I'm going to give the assignment. The poet is, I really like that poem. I don't know what everyone else thought. The poet is Reed Hershey, and the poem is called Al Whidbey.
There is a DVD called Loving Vincent, and a lot of those letters are incorporated. It's like animated. It's a beautiful.
Nice, Diane. Thank you for that information. Awesome. Loving Vincent. I'll put that in the chat box later. Thank you for sharing. And thank you for all comments, Heather. Thank you so much. Heather is an art historian, so really appreciate any comments you can make. All right. Our assignment for today, you can try and copy the Starry Night. I always talk about how copying other artists is a terrific way to learn, or I invite you to create your own landscape. I have brought in, for the class who is here in person, acrylic paint, watercolor paints, oil pastels, colored pencils, soft pastels, and paper, of course. So you can either work from Van Gogh's own work. If you're not crazy about the Starry Night, he did make other landscapes, or you can look for a landscape of your own choosing, maybe from your own photo collection, or look on your smartphones for other landscapes. But I will be putting Starry Night up on the big screen. If you like, for those of you who are here, or maybe we could do a demo, Laura, I can demonstrate techniques for doing this painting. I did not let Laura know in advance, so I will have to do a quick convo with her to see if we can do a demo. I'm sure, because we have a few new faces in the class today. So, okay, I'm going to do a quick demo, and then I will put Starry Night up on the screen for those who want to copy it. In the meantime, all the supplies are at the back. So those of you who are here, you can start collecting your supplies and we can begin making our own art. And I'm going to collect my supplies for doing the demo. Let's get started. Folks at home, you have any questions or concerns? Welcome to you all. No, you're good? Some people have started working already. Read that.
Right?
I decided on the number of plastic containers I could bring for palette. You can use white paper as a palette. Remember, you are not Van Gogh yourself. I want you to celebrate your own personal style. Please have some fun today.
Oh, I think so. Yeah, that's okay. Like, I should have. A jacket's not good. Liz, jacket. Yeah, I did my job. Yeah, we're good.
More than enough.
No doubt.
Wow.
The starting next to come.
I wanted to do.
But I'm not gonna do what we do. But I'm not a painter. I don't even know what I am. But I like the blue mix.
The problem is I like.
I don't know the name of it.
I had 9 I might have been able to do it.
I like the style.
Yeah.
Oh, that's similar to what we have. Oh, that's the same one. Yours is a little darker, yeah. That's what you see. I just know that sense.
Yes, I mean.
Pretty great. School this week.
Yeah.
So much.
I'll bring it back.
I think you're great for it. This will work well. Oh, it's leaking. So you spilled a little water here, just be careful where you walk. If you do.
30 minutes. to-
Thank you.
45 minutes.
Does somebody have a palette with acrylic paint that I could borrow just for a second? I want the paints. I will print it and I borrow this, just off of the. And I need a brush.
Because it's a good idea. I don't.
I picked up Howard over and she's rather me on this show. Right. All right, I'm gonna start the demonstration.
And there we go.
I forgot to do the laptop, is it okay?
Yes, I got it. Thank you.
All right, with landscape, the first thing to remember is you need a horizon line. We're running out of rulers. They like to go for a walk at the end of each class, so I have these so you can use what. The horizon line is where the sky is separated from the earth. It's kind of boring to put the horizon line right in the middle of the composition. I like to put it maybe a third of the way up. And it's just a way that artists delineate background from foreground or top from bottom. You can even use a sheet of paper, another sheet of paper. There are no straight edge tools. Lay a piece of paper here. The lighting your eyes. My suggestion for today, since they've got used is that thick layering of paints, and since we only have acrylics and we don't have oil paint, like Christie, we'll find this thing for you, not to worry. You can use oil pastels today because they're very yummy and sticky, and they build up a very nice thick textural effect. And you can start first with the oil pastel. We built up a lovely thick surface. I don't know why we don't have any blue left. No blue oil pastels left, and very few yellows. But I'm creating an imaginary landscape. I would prefer that you looked at a landscape in order to create. But once you've created the basic drawing with the oil pastel, and I want you to fill up the whole space. Thank you. Were they covered up? Kind of buried. And because Van Gogh has that kind of wild technique and style, you can have a lot of fun with the oil pastel by doing very loose lines in your application. I want you to fill the entire white space with as much color as you can. Once you've done that, you can take the acrylic or watercolor paint and borrow your. You can paint right over. You don't want it dirty or water, but you get the idea. You can paint right over it and create a really beautiful image. Right? And you don't have to use that technique, but it is a choice that you can make. Oh, another clue. Oh, you want to take it? You can take all.
Give some more, please.
Thank you. Liz. Reading. All right, any questions about how to do it?
Could I just get right side up, please? Second. Okay.
Start with a plain piece of white paper and a pencil and draw your horizon for start. And I'm going to give you all these steps. I'm going to give you a pencil and this straight edge. So we can stop the working bar. Oh, you have it. So you want to draw your horizon line first. You've chosen a really nice band. You want a white oil pastel too, and a blue.
I can't see it.
You can see we're gonna put the Starry Night up now, okay?
Oh, no, I mean I can't see your paper. I want to see your drawing.
Oh, all right, I'm gonna show you that right now.
Thank you, Liz.
Oh, you're so welcome. It's a very rushed job. So,
But it inspired me because
all right, so I drew very quickly with the oil pastel and then I put a thin wash of the acrylic paint over the top. So lots of water, very little paint. Do you have crayons at home?
yes, I have all the materials.
Okay, so crayons or oil pastel for your drawing, and then you can paint on top of it because they're oil based. Anything waxy is made with oil, and you can paint right on top of that. Excuse me. So now I'm going to put up the Starry Night. As soon as I find it. Now you can see every brush stroke that he laid onto the canvas, which at that particular period of art history was very new and very revolutionary. The post-impressionists, people like Seurat and Signac, were creating this kind of technique, but Van Gogh really pushed it even further by making the brushstrokes incredibly visible and thick and heavy. Seurat and Signac were hoping that their brushstrokes would blend together, but Van Gogh wanted each brushstroke to show. Now, if you know about acrylic paints and you're familiar with acrylic paints, you can get gel mediums to make the paint look this thick and textured. I don't do that with this class because it's expensive. But you can lay on a lot of paint. You can make a lumpy texture by using just a lot of paint and not too much water. Sky really is the focus in this painting. That's why it's called the Spartan. Makes sense. Good morning. You might unwrap the white and the paper towel first, the white tends to get really dirty. Oh, very. It's gone in a dark direction. It's always about that. Remember, you are not Van Gogh.
He was not a happy person.
He was not a happy person, so count yourself
Oh,
lucky.
I can relate to that.
Yes.
That's hard work.
I want you to come here for escape from all the awfulness that may be going on in the world around you. Well, your awfulness may be different from my awfulness. Everybody has their own version of awfulness. And right now, my phone is exploding with awfulness. So I'm not going to share that. I want folks to relax and enjoy.
What?
That's how it's kind of, finish it with,
Great
all that
test.
stuff. Yeah, just. Then we look for, you know,
And the electric ones are trying to use it.
oh, really, okay. Well, I got the little one. Thank
Don't spend too much time on the sketch.
you so much.
It's a problem.
All right, so you can do it.
Yeah.
To this.
Mhm.
Oh, thank you. It's a chance. Now, one thing to remember, if you make this a very thin painful, so you want to leave some like. This looks beautiful.
Yeah, no, I miss him. Yeah. I think he's the anti-Mako, but sometimes he doesn't like the art. Well, no, I mean, I gotta call.
Everybody been getting the emails? No,
From who?
from me.
Oh, man.
Too many? You want me to stop sending?
Oh,
Doing something.
I know they're kids. But somebody, the Tuesday email I sent twice this week because somebody told me she never got it. Somebody who always gets it, so I sent it.
he just wanted me to get out of paper with it.
I'm so sorry, I haven't assisted movement for that.
Black, okay, okay.
That is the one that you brought.
This,
This side.
oh, okay, this one. That was black. Okay. Right, look at it.
Yes. It's important. Yeah. Really nice. It's a cluster. Maybe 5 or 6 branches on the corner. Magnificent.
Your first floor.
Sitting there.
The teaching. Yeah, the Whitney. Yeah, that's right. So the sculptures on the top are part of that inside of the mirror.
it's a wonderful. Yeah, and then the Miami. It's better listening. It's a general sense, a general feeling. I like this one. Wow.
Like a dog.
Go back, because there's a lot of needs. The bottom, I ran. Didn't include, I have to go back.
Sky almost looks like waves in the ocean. So have fun with that swirly part. If you want. I see many of you are. Definitely not a flat, smooth sky. Many of you are really getting into that swirly. Love it. Love what all three of you are doing. Be fab. How are my friends at home? Deeply concentrating, that's a good sign. Gosh, so quiet today. What do you think?
I think it's fun when you do this. Like I'm not, it doesn't, but you look at the picture much more carefully. You don't even come to appreciate like the lower part. The ground is as crazy and moving around almost as much
Right.
as the sky.
What's
is.
happening in the sky?
Yeah.
I went, it's wonderful to learn new things
Yeah,
that
yeah,
are familiar. Image.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much detail in this painting on the bottom that you don't really even think about until you really start looking at it. We're so used to focusing on God. Very nice. Doing great.
It's very hard to use. It looks so, when you look at it, it's really.
I
pretty,
wouldn't
but
try and do the whole sweep. Alice, I would do little tiny strokes.
Yes, yes.
Follow the curve with little tiny marks.
Oh, I see what you mean.
The curve around,
Okay, right.
like you did with the tree, but you do it around the curve.
So this I can picture for this.
This part for me is a little too smooth, so I would maybe take the white, not black, but the more, maybe more blue. Okay. Maybe don't press quite so hard with the blue. Yeah, see if you use less, less water and more, you can get a thicker texture. It'll never be as thick as he was because he used oil. Just be aware of that. There you go. Thank you. And we can do other colors as well, like we did down here. Do that in the sky also. So I see black and white. Yeah.
Because I found out here. Where
The irises.
they make it natural.
Made of metal.
Yeah.
I did not get to that.
There was something similar, I think, for varieties for it.
This road has become quite the art form. You want to get there, appreciate it. Florida, yeah. They have a biennial in Miami. You ever been to that?
so many years in Florida. It's not Minnesota. They lived in a beautiful place. With a lot of art. It was a huge art scene where they lived.
Were they into art?
They had my parents. Yes. Good, not for their daughter. It's a profession. They were no deal. I like. You. Sure, and I would recommend, don't you see acrylics? Get a few so you are.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to think back and getting close to yours. You're wonderful.
Oh, you know,
This is my favorite. Mishmash. But I like the pastels. I know. One day I'll get to this one.
Like that. I mean, I'm the worst, actually, I would not think about my own work. Thank you. There you go. Don't even.
She's wonderful.
So that's $5 for children. I can put them in my address. It's fine. And also. I'm trying. No, I took them. Thank you.
So we have to be finished at exactly 12:30 today, letting everybody know. We have a good chunk of time left.
Janet.
Oh, should go right, because I have two now, that was. Swirly big. It looks like it's so easy. But it. Maybe I'm not crazy enough to be able to do that.
There you go.
Yeah, I'll delude myself to think that.
And I have another. very. Now. Oh, it was caravans. I had many men. Yeah. I'm like, oh, talks about it, like, you get their time on it. Oh, it's empty in the house, where? I mean, your interpretation.
No, do you like to from school?
They did it, they. Oh, seriously? No, I did it for Jake.
Not more expensive.
My husband, Jake was such a difficult baby. My husband was not really-
I think they're at college.
Well, your father was great. No. No, he died from a genetic disease. I don't know.
We have time, somebody. My mom.
Father needs because Jake had seen him in minutes.
Oh,
Very big.
they're more common.
They're very common. In fact, my son has one. But because he knows, he gets checked every 6 months.
Okay, in my brain.
Well, Donald's was aortic, so he, Jake's also aortic.
Also straight.
Every 6 months. he
Look in
goes.
the ultrasound, the. Dad has to get it.
Now, the thing for Donald was that at that time, they only had X-rays, and X-rays would not show. There was no way, even if he'd gone for X-rays, as he should, it would not have shown.
MRI.
Yeah, I think Jake gets an MRI.
I'm not sure.
Whatever, I know he gets checked every 6 months, and then it's fine. Once he gets checked. That is the interesting thing, like, was it the kids? Where I saw, yeah, it was the kids, where the guy died and needed ER because they didn't check his aorta. And the guy knew that he should have told, he didn't tell the physicians on in that he had an aorta, so. Plus, I had a funny new. Well, they're really hard to fix, but they can. Yeah, no, I'm really. Right. So my husband was tragic. He exacerbated it. I didn't know it smoked cigars at work. Everyone was inhalated all day, whatever. He. Yeah. Correct. So since we have to be out of there exactly by 12:30, I'm gonna say, I don't know, maybe 8 more minutes. And we're gonna stop.
do a quick share and then clean up. People are already cleaning up here. Diane, I know you have to make that bus. It's a little too early for me to take the picture down though, Diane. Well, we may be able to share by then. It's been a productive morning.
Boy. Probably do one more if you want. I like this little stuff. Oh, you just. I want to go to that. I like the. Yes. That's just my friend. It's trees, I'm trying to incorporate, yeah. Like stick. That's fine. But I do have some portraits of the dog that I like to. Yeah, yeah. Right now, I'm busy with other things. The holidays. Yeah, but I like that. I gotta go to the family. Yeah. So you do well, but it is not. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right. It's like I go all the way. No, but my people something to what things after that. One. That's that. Stand. I don't love the paper teller. Put on that. Oh, look, she's got red. Just French the paper teller. And then stamp it. Now, it might remove some of the color. Think about it before you do it. Yeah, so that might be quite a little bit. Wow. No, really. And God has inspired us in God. What a great. Thank you. One more minute, so you know. Not to rush everyone, but this room is gonna be used. See how that makes it up? Really big.
It's nice that you have a notebook, so keep it, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't have to think enough.
Yeah.
It's just for me to see.
And then.
Yeah.
On the black. And water. And see if you can blend this.
Yeah.
Actually, I go.
Oh, it's on the ground, it's so soft.
Oh,
Yeah.
so I was, when my daughter was really young and she never had a music, I was trying to hear the whole thing, but I can't stay. So it doesn't watch, it's a tiny. What was it for? No, you don't want this, you want to get better paper, this one, it's drawing bad. You know, it's-
It's soft and still. The other thing I want you to think of, us with at home. One thing that I have that. Oh, God, it's really- So, then, later, you're not the same. Because when you want the stick, you suck out. You like the drop? Or. Yeah. I Lindsay. I will do the back. It's much easier trying to get. But it's not. It's dry.
That is so,
Yeah.
that is so.
Unfortunately, it's.
Thank you. That is so pretty.
Well,
Yeah, but it's beautiful.
that's right. I do. And people would like to be on my. So that's in there. And get a piece of supper and rice.
Swirls.
Yeah. Guys, we have to clean up now. The quicker you clean up, the sooner we can share, if you'd like to share, and I would love to see you share your work today, because there's so many magnificent pieces. And a lot of people have left already, so Shannon should be a possibility. But I wanna make sure we clean up first, because I'm anxious about getting this room cleared out for the meeting and stuff.
I think they're ready, you took the drafting. Oh, yeah.
I said, it's a soft pastel and it breaks. That's fine, that's what happens, but try and match up the broken piece with the large. So I would put back in the bottom of the clothes. Oh, so sorry. So sorry.
It's not that easy now. Right? Yeah, spring is coming soon. We're ready to summer. Soon, let's hope big next week. We'll see.
Are we sharing?
You want to over ask me for sharing first. 3 minutes ready for you, but then I'll wait now.
Hi, we are going to share. Just be patient. They're cleaning up. Liz will be on the camera in a minute, okay? Thank you.
Sometimes in the guy, sometimes if you're not standing right under the sign, you press over that. I just want to share.
Thank you for your patience.
Not nice.
I'll know you're the
I don't say nothing. It's quiet and I get on the bus. Yeah, but very good. I'm gonna start. To paint, I don't like it, you know?
over there.
Really like it.
Hi, nice to see you. You had a good time?
Yeah. Come again. Oh, that's right, you're off this week. Okay, so in December.
All right. Are we ready?
Real quick, I can.
All right, so Diane's gonna share first. But she has to make her bus. Let me just stop the share of the Van Gogh. Go ahead, everybody, if you can, take a minute to look at this big screen. Watch the wires. Wow, and Diane just used colored pencil.
Pencils and the soft pastel.
Oh, and soft
Yes.
pastel too.
This was a very inspiring class.
Excellent.
Yes.
Maya?
Very-
Shh. Maya and Yuko?
Very inspiring class. I hope everybody enjoyed.
Well done. I
Thank
love the textural
you,
effect you
everybody.
achieved. Awesome. All right. Sam, do you want to share your pictures on the big screen? Go on up, I'll help you. You're pretty tall. Can you hold it up to this screen? If not, I'm here to help. Just be careful of the wire. All right, Liam is one of our newest members. I'm gonna help you hold it up just a little higher. And he's been making paintings that tell stories. They're awesome. Gonna hold up another one. What? There are a lot. He did 3 paintings just like Van Gogh. He's
Oh my.
prolific.
Oh, I love that. Lovely color.
This is the one with all the different scenes in it.
Oh, nice. Oh,
Isn't
looks
that
like a
cool?
mural. Looks like a mural on a wall.
And there's a third one. This is the third and last. And this is a drawing, right? Did you use any paint in this one? This is a drawing. Awesome. It's harder to see. Let's see if we move it closer. Yeah. Well done, sir. Bravo. Watch the light. Right. Bye, Diane. Tamara, you want to come up next? You're so eager. That's awesome.
Oh, wow. Watercolor, right?
Hey, Tamara, really,
Fantastic.
That's amazing.
Fantastic.
thank you. Really
Great
captured
job. The feeling.
guy. Any other people I want to share? Raymond, go ahead. Bye, ladies. See you next week. Thanks, Liz. Bye-bye. Bye, Joan. You don't want to share?
Can you see? I'm sorry.
All right, Rima.
Oh,
Very nice texture.
Thank you.
This is a
hi,
good
Rima.
one. I can see, obviously, it is Van Gogh.
Beautiful.
You use the oil pastel also?
Yes, oil and
Pastel
acrylic.
Very nice.
Position
Love
too.
it. Love the greens.
Not looking at the Starry Night.
No.
We're looking at one of his other landscapes.
Thank you.
Beautiful color too. Well done. John, do you want to share? I mean, Joy.
Oh, nice. Very
Oh,
nice.
this is another Van Gogh. I can see.
Very nice job. Especially the sky is really, really nice. Well
Get the stroke right. That's beautiful.
Thank
done.
you.
Bravo. Oh, go ahead. Keep on. Keep on. Our newest student. Wow.
Oh,
Sunflower.
Sunflower.
That's
Sunflower.
done.
gorgeous, gorgeous color.
Thank you.
Lovely. Just lovely. Thank you.
And joy.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Wow.
Very nice.
Really a fiery wild sky, isn't it? And I love the purple.
Yeah, well done.
Well
Well
done.
done.
Thank you. Sure. Christy. Did you want me to have your email? So write it down. Yes, everyone at home, you're gonna get to share. One more person here. And I should have done folks at home first. I apologize. So sorry. It was your turn to go.
Notice.
Oh,
Very good.
beautiful.
How did you get all those little teeny dots in the sky? What did you use? A paintbrush?
Beautiful landscape.
Yes,
Nice.
I love it.
Sweet. It's a sweet. Oh, and the bench. Oh, beautiful.
Especially love the tree. Awesome. Thank you. Bravo. All right. Have I missed anybody here? You might want to share. All right, folks at home, your turn to shine. And first in my queue is Yunxi.
Good. Whoops.
Let me spotlight you. Wait up.
Can you see?
Yes. Wow. Oh, you're still working on the oh, who was this artist? Anybody remember?
Oh, no, this is Van Gogh.
Oh, this is a Van Gogh. It looks so much like the romantic painter that we were doing.
Oh, it's fabulous.
It's well done.
Gosh.
I love this bright tree in the upper right-hand corner. And your use of perspective is so good. Wonderful. Here's my one piece of advice I would give you, and I know you're thinking of this already. I would make the people a little bit darker. So once the painting is a little drier, I would make their clothing a little darker
Oh,
so they really stand out because
I see.
they're well done. The proportions are excellent.
Okay, thank you.
And I want them to stand out because you've done them so well. I want them to be easier to see because you've done them extremely well. Okay?
I see, I see. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bravo. You got it. A clap. People are clapping for you. Did you hear me? People are clapping for you. Okay, good. All right, Margot, you're up. Thank you for sharing. It's not letting me highlight you. Okay, you did it.
I did it in my journal, so it's a little on the small side, but
So dramatic what you've done. You simplified it and made it your own. Love it.
love it, Margot. Great. Thanks.
What made you decide to go black and yellow only?
It's actually blue. See
It's
that?
blue.
Yeah, it's not
It
black.
reads as black on our side of the screen.
Yeah, well, it's blue. I mean, these are black, but this, everything else is a
Blue.
teal blue. Yeah.
Very nice.
Okay.
So swirly.
This really was the hard part.
Yeah, I mean, often the things that look like they were easy to do are. So Robin, sorry, I should have warned you. Thank you for sharing, Margot.
You're welcome.
So you are on the big screen.
This is,
Wow,
I love it.
Oh,
just, yeah, I like it that way.
This
I
way.
like it horizontal. Yep.
I think it like this one better.
No.
The other way. Whoops.
Yes, like that. Love it. I love it. You are the queen of color, kid.
Color queen.
It was fun. It was so much fun to work in the class. Really, great. Thank you.
How we all went in such different directions. Van Gogh really is inspirational. Well done, Robin. Thank you all for sharing. And art on, everyone. I will see everyone next week. We will discover another artist who's either influenced poets or has been influenced by poets. Oh, look who's there. Hello. Welcome, everyone.
Oh.
Goodbye. Hello.